Hey everybody, Chris Parry here from Equity Guru, staying late in the office, as you can see behind me. Look, I didn't want to go home until I had a chance to sit in front of the camera and talk about this one. Medexus Pharmaceuticals, MDP is the ticker symbol. It's on the big board. Look, if you're a long-time listener, first-time caller, you've heard us talking about Medexus for some time. We were talking about it back when it was at 90 cents. What is it today? $2.90 thereabouts. What was it a week ago? $2.10. What was it a month before that? About $1.50. So we've been telling you now to get on this bandwagon for some time. We've been pointing out that it's almost an arbitrage, right? They're making $120 million US revenue per year, and the market cap was down in like the 40 million Canadian range. Didn't make any sense at all. Adding new products, adding new revenues, and in the midst of it all, the thing that pushed their stock down to 90 cents back in the day is a process they're going through with the FDA for a drug called Treosulfan, which has been approved everywhere else, but the FDA has been finicky and has asked for more information and more information. Every time the FDA asks for more information, the people who don't get the process sell all their stock in Medexus and the thing shreds. But now it's starting to get to a place where fuck Treosulfan. They don't even need Treosulfan. They're making enough money with the products that they're already selling that if Treosulfan comes in and is approved, you can just call the whole damn race off. It is over. They've won. Before Treosulfan is approved, they're making enough money that even at the big $2.90 jump that they've just gone to, doesn't make any sense. It still doesn't make any sense. To me, this damn thing should be at least a $5 stock. We've been saying it since it was under $1. So if you've been listening to us, well, you're finally starting to get the idea here. Even with the big jump that it's had over the last week, which is effectively a 50% pop, this is still only a $58 million Canadian market cap company. I'll say again, they're doing in excess yearly US 120 million. So Canadian, you can put that, like, what is it, 150, 160 million? It doesn't make any sense at all. They are trading at a massive discount because of the delays of this one drug. Now, they've got several drugs, right? They've got lots of drugs that they're selling into North American markets. They're making money every single quarter, and the numbers are starting to build. There was a problem at one point, a perception of a problem, in that they had some debt that was coming due, and there were people out there on the internet saying they don't have the money to cover it. It's all going to zero. What a lot of shit. They just went to the banks and said, here's what we're making, here's what we owe. Can you give us the money to bridge that gap? And the bank said, not only will we do that for you, but we'll reduce the interest rate that you're exposed to. Problem solved. Still making the money, and now people are starting to get the memo. MDP. Now, I'm going to tell you this for free, because no one's paying me to say this, all right? Medexus was a client of ours. That contract was rolled out for a while now. They're off on their trajectory. They're making their money. They don't necessarily have the need for what we were doing before, which was explaining the story to people who didn't get the story. Now the story is explained. Now people get it. Now people don't look at Medexus and say, well, what the hell's with all that stock losing value? They don't say, oh, what happens if Treosulfan never gets approved? No one says that. What they say is, here's what they're making in revenue, here's what they're valued at market cap wise, buy. Now, again, I'm telling you this right now because I love it when a good story comes together. I love it when we go out and we tell people the truth, which is what we do, and history shows that we were right. And this is a situation where, man, there were people putting shit on this company for a while. We were pushing the story uphill, and a lot of people were pushing it straight back down again. We were fighting for every step of the way on this stock. Well, damn it, 90 cents to $2.90 in short time. Mwah! This is what we're here for. And if you've been listening to us and you put your money in at those low prices when I was clawing my eyes out saying, people, why wouldn't you be buying this stock if someone wants to give it to you for a 50% discount for no good reason? Well, finally people started listening. This thing is now popping off. At this point, if you bought it at 90 and it's at $2.90 now, Look, I'm not going to tell you should hold on till $10, but I will say to you this: I got some, and I'm going to be sitting to about 350, which I think is close. I don't want to get greedy. The thing should be $5. It could be beyond that, but what it is right now is a really good win for just about everybody who ever read about this company, heard about this company on our website, and decided to take a gamble. You have made your cash. We don't charge you a cent for this. We don't ask for a subscription. We don't put it behind a paywall. We don't even put ads in front of you on the website. We do this because you, our readers, we want you to get rich, and we want to present to you good opportunities. Now, they don't always work out. That's the nature of the junior markets, right? Best laid plans all out there for everyone to see, and sometimes they don't work out. But man alive, every single time we interview the CEO of Medexus, every single time we talk to Ken D'Entremont, he said this thing is in good shape. It is growing. The revenue is coming in. The risk is being removed. They're the easiest interviews I've ever had to do because there's nothing you can say about this deal that really puts shit on it. They have done exactly what they said they were going to do. More medicines, more medicines, more medicines, more revenue, more revenue, more revenue. Break even, not even a thing anymore. They're like this close to break even. If Treosulfan comes in at some point in the next 6 months, you can just pop the champagne corks on this thing. Now, if you've got the stomach for it, buying in at 90 cents and holding on to that point, well, that's going to be a real upside. But for me, I like to trim my profits, right? If I go from 90 cents to $2.90, I'm taking half out. I know that that's going to take away some of my upside, but I like to lock in when I get free money. And this is a free money situation. So about $3, $3.50, I'll probably halve my investment in the company and let the rest ride and see where it ends up, because the obvious win was 90 cents. At 90 cents, nothing made any sense at all. And if you didn't buy in at that point, I can't do anything for you. I tried my best. We laid it all out. We spoke to them. We asked them hard questions. They answered them all. And now you see the result of that. It is going hockey stick at the moment. Now, the problem with hockey stick is it's not sustainable at that rate, right? If you can form a new floor at about $3 and maybe start another climb up after that, fantastic. But I like what they've done to date. The guys that have been talking about this thing positively have never stopped. They've never said, oh my God, the stock price isn't where it should be. What are we going to do? They've just said, are you kidding me? Look at the revenues. Look at what we're actually doing. Look at the news. It'll happen. You just got to wait. And they were right. We were right. They were right. And anyone who bought in along the way, congratulations. Good job. This has been your 3-minute hit. I know it went longer than 3 minutes. They all go longer than 3 minutes about Medexus. My name's Chris Parry. And hey, while I've got your attention, go look at the website and see the other things that we're talking about that I think will also be popping off at some point soon.